debuted in the mid of 2023 with the idea that a new generation of K-pop is starting. zb1 Zero Base 1 was created from Mnet survival program Voice Planet 999. zb1 debuted with a bang by selling the most copies for a debut album in South Korea's history, breaking records and even managed to sell 2 million with a single album. Their song charting was decent. Their debut is the most successful debut in Produce history. Kepler, on the other hand, is struggling to maintain their relevancy. Their situation is not abysmal, but they are barely selling 100k copies for their recent album, which is not bad, but definitely not good for a Produce group. So how did zb1 succeeded in the race while Kepler is barely managing its cost? Kepler debuted from Girls Planet 99. Since Boys Planet and Girls Planet could not be rigged under police watch, producers made the show centered heavily around few main characters. The lineup was similar from the start to end, with few exceptions here and there. Girls Planet had the concept of Korean, Japanese, Chinese groups, and to give them a fair chance, they were initially eliminated in equal proportions for each nationality. But this actually backfired in the finale, when this limit was lifted and the final lineup was made, regardless of their nationalities. Permanent Japanese and Chinese members couldn't make it in the lineup, as they were less popular in South Korea, and Koreans were adamant on only supporting Korean contestants, resulting in a quite unexpected lineup. zb1's lineup, on the other hand, was not so controversial. Mnet had learned from its mistake, and they decided they only need to show the contestants that are confirmed to debut. Foreigners in Boys Planet cumulatively had lower screen time than Sung Han Bin alone. No hate to him, he is my bias, but let's be real. Other than the 12 popular contestants, nobody had the chance to fight. This all resulted in kind of brainwashing of people, letting them think that they were in charge, when in reality they never had the choice. They only had to choose top 9 in like top 12 or something. But nevertheless, the lineup was as per expectations of everyone. With a few changes in ranking, zb1 debuted. Everyone was rooting for the same 9 people from the start and they were finally official now. There is no grouping among fans and no heavy opposition to any of the members, and absolutely no fight within the fandom. Regardless of who their bias is, fans collectively support the whole group. Boys Planet is the only show in Produce history to have a foreigner, let alone Chinese center. Shanghai was the G center, but his popularity was not as humongous as it is now. He gradually rose in popularity by his talents and of course his friendship with K Center. Those two were the stars of the show, and one of the main reasons it got popular among girls. Having a Chinese center means they'll have the Chinese market, and Chinese parents didn't disappoint. Shanghai's fanbase alone sold hundreds of thousands of copies and was the main reason they become double million sellers. On the other hand, Kepler had Jaehyun as official center and Shouting as non-official center. Jaehyun is a great vocalist, no doubt about it, but she is not as captivating as other members on stage. Shanghai, on the other hand, is pretty, mature, knows how to work with his facials, and stands out a lot in the center, especially with a song like In Bloom. As for their debut, Kepler debuted with Wadada, which is like the worst way to introduce your group. They were supposedly having a space concept, but a few telescopes here and there doesn't make it a space concept. You need to have an actual good song with space vibes to back it up. On the other hand, zb1 debuted with In Bloom, a song fitting to all members, especially the center. Their personalities, visuals, voices, everything was perfect for that song. And the song was well received by general public and their fandom as well. Kepler really went downhill after their debut. Their concept kept changing after every song. Wake1 didn't know what kind of song would stick well with them. Their songs were contrasting with their members' personalities. Their budget kept decreasing after that, and so did the number of sales. But all those failures resulted in lessons for Wake1. They knew how not to manage a group. That's when they were given zb1 to manage, and they decided to use all that knowledge and data in managing a group better than all of their previous groups. zb1 is essentially built on failures of Kepler and TO1. They couldn't have been this much successful if they debuted before Kepler. Other thing that I really would like to mention that Kepler debuted in peak of 4th gen, where they have to compete with groups like New Jeans, Le Seraphim, Idol, 8G. But CB1 doesn't have a potential rival, at least now. So of course all the focus is on them. They really have no rivals, at least at this point. So of course they're gonna succeed.